Today, we abandon the safety of the map, dim the lights, and venture into the green, terrifying heart of South America, the Amazon. We are not just chasing an ancient city, we are chasing the man who chased it. Colonel Percy Harrison Fawcett, an explorer whose ambition was so vast, it ultimately erased him from the map he helped create. Grab your coffee. This is the story of the lost city of Z, a tale of imperial arrogance, ancient myths, and a perfect, chilling disappearance. Percy Fawcett was not like the gentle scholars of our past episodes. He was a creature of the Edwardian era, disciplined, deeply charismatic, and utterly convinced of his own destiny. Born in 1867, he served in the Royal Artillery, but his true calling came from the unmapped frontiers of the British Empire. In the early 1900s, the Royal Geographical Society tasked Fawcett with a seemingly simple job: map the border between Bolivia and Brazil, an area steeped in rumor and myth. It was there, wrestling with piranhas, jaguars, and the impenetrable jungle, that Fawcett first heard the whispers of a lost civilization. The local indigenous tribes, often feared and misunderstood, spoke of ancient ruins far deeper in the Mato Grosso region, a city built of stone, radiating a brilliance that defied the conventional understanding of the Amazon's capacity for civilization. Fawcett, a man who believed fervently in the supernatural and the occult, quickly became obsessed. He devoured historical records, particularly a document known as Manuscript 512, found in the National Library of Rio de Janeiro. This 18th century account detailed the discovery of a vast, stone-walled city hidden in the Bahia region, a place described as being large and beautiful, with arches, statues, and rich gold deposits. Fawcett took this document not as fiction, but as irrefutable proof. He christened this theoretical metropolis the lost city of Z. Fawcett's discovery immediately clashed with the prevailing scientific doctrine of the time. The Amazon was viewed by Western experts as an ecological desert, too poor in soil nutrients and too dense in vegetation to ever support large-scale, complex societies. The myth of Z challenged the very foundations of anthropological belief. To Fawcett, this disbelief was fuel. He believed Z was the remnant of an Atlantean-like society, a sophisticated white race that predated European discovery. Between 1906 and 1924, Fawcett led 7 separate expeditions into the Amazon. He survived floods, disease, hostile tribes, and even a near-fatal snake bite. He was a legend for his sheer resilience, but the jungle always demanded a price. His early expeditions were successful, providing valuable maps, but they always ended with him having to turn back due to lack of supplies or impossible terrain. Fawcett was slowly morphing from a map maker into a zealot. His obsession began to frighten his sponsors and even his own government, who saw his quest as reckless madness. In 1925, Fawcett secured his final funding and prepared for his ultimate journey. This time, there would be no mistakes, no turning back. His team was deliberately small. Himself, his eldest son, Jack Fawcett, and Jack's childhood friend, Raleigh Rimmel. They traveled light, relying on the land, convinced that their small numbers would draw less attention from potentially hostile tribes. Before departing, Fawcett sent a clear, unsettling message to his wife, Nina. If they failed, no rescue mission should be sent after them, as any attempt would only lead to more needless deaths. It was a premonition of finality. The team set off from Cuiabá, deep into the Mato Grosso jungle. Their last known communication was dated May 29th, 1925, sent from a location Fawcett named Dead Horse Camp, a point deep in the Xingu River region. In his final dispatch, Fawcett was buoyant, writing that they were preparing to enter truly uncharted territory beyond the reach of civilization, and that he was nearing the location of Zed. Then silence. The three men, along with their 2 Brazilian guides and pack animals, simply vanished. The lack of any definitive evidence led to a massive wave of speculation and, heartbreakingly, dozens of ill-fated rescue missions over the following decades. These subsequent missions, often undertaken by desperate family members or ambitious journalists, resulted in the disappearance of over 100 people who went in search of Fawcett. What truly happened at the end of the line? Theory 1. Hostile tribes. This is the most widely accepted theory among historians. Fawcett had always prided himself on his positive relationship with the indigenous people, but in his final dispatch, he noted that the tribes were becoming increasingly wary of outsiders. It is highly probable that the 3 men crossed a tribal boundary, were perceived as a threat, and were killed. The bodies and belongings would have been immediately destroyed or scattered by the jungle itself, leaving no trace. Theory 2. Accident, starvation, or disease. The Amazon is an unforgiving environment. A simple error, a capsized canoe, a crippling disease like malaria, or running out of supplies would have been a quick death sentence. The jungle would have swallowed the remnants within weeks. Theory 3. Finding Z, the hopeful theory. The enduring romantic theory suggests Fawcett was successful. He found Z, perhaps realizing it was not the white city of his feverish dreams, but a functioning, isolated, indigenous metropolis. Having found his paradise, or perhaps being persuaded by the inhabitants, he and his team willingly chose to stay, cutting all ties with the outside world. This theory, is largely supported by those who wish to believe that the Amazon still holds secrets greater than we can imagine. Fawcett's legacy is a complicated one. He was a driven, flawed man whose search for Z was largely dismissed as delusion for decades. However, the 21st century has been surprisingly kind to his memory. Modern archaeological techniques, particularly the use of LiDAR, light detection and ranging technology, have revealed extensive evidence of massive, interconnected earthworks, roads, and fortified villages in the exact regions Fawcett explored. These are not the stone temples he envisioned, but they are proof of a large, complex pre-Columbian civilization in the Amazon, the garden cities of the rainforest. Fawcett, it turns out, was not crazy. He was simply decades ahead of his time. The city of Z may never be found in the exact form Fawcett dreamed of, but the civilization he sought has been partially validated. Yet, the fate of the three men, Fawcett, his son, and Rimmel, remains as elusive as the city they chased. They walked off the edge of the known world and left behind only the echo of a forgotten civilization. Tell us in the comments, do you believe Colonel Fawcett found his lost city? Or did he become another tragic myth swallowed by the great Amazon? Keep questioning everything